what's the difference between a man who wants to control and a man who wants to lead? Right?
I gave a client an assignment the other day and I asked her, I want you to notice over the next 24, 48 hours your thoughts about men. Like, what do you think about them? As you're interacting with them every day, like, what is the first thought? And some of the thoughts that she came up with was like, weak, idiots.
Be
I'm going out
prediction.
into the world and I'm not trusting men. And so I'm showing up in this protective space. I remember growing up and I remember being in high school and one of my best friend and her dad were like that, man. It's like,
That's deep.
oh, let me raise my daughter to now, like, and I'm going to use my mother as an example. My dad left when I was very young. I think I was 6. And so she would always like instill in me this idea of like, you can be whatever you want and you don't need a man. You can take care of yourself. If I'm showing up thinking that a man is trying to control me, I'm going to create that. Right.
Ultimately, the women want to, in my perception, right? Deep down, they want somebody to lead, but they don't want to show that.
Okay.
Either way, it's a chance, it's a gamble, it's something that you have to actually take the chance to actually do.
Yes. Do I want a man to lead me? Absolutely. Do I trust him to lead me? And I can logically think that I do, but if my body is like, no, and then I'm like, okay, well, let me get curious about that. Poor decisions, like drug addiction, working at a strip club, abortion, like all those things, right? I'm using all those things as evidence against me. We don't take the time to appreciate where I was 10 years ago,
Yeah,
where I am today.
you're not doing, your life comes out of you, not what's life throwing at you.
I've forgotten to celebrate myself, like all the things that I've done. It's, man, knowing that somebody else has your back and I can take like a supporting role and relax and breathe and not have to stress out about, oh my God, I have to do it all. Like we're not meant to do it. And it's interesting because it made sense to me back then. And now I'm like, why would I have that energy around someone that I really cared about? Well, I need you to know that I don't need you. Well, the one thing that I notice is a lot of women don't want to be vulnerable and share about their backstory. So everybody has a fucking story.
Your story is your story. I made the bad decisions to this. I'm just using this so that you don't have to go down that road, especially when I'm talking to these kids and stuff like that.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh,
What do you mean? And it really isn't just about your perception of like and that's why I had given the client the assignment of notice all your thoughts around men. I had to notice all my thoughts around men. Like, what was I really thinking about them? I felt like if I could, so it was a power struggle. We were both like, just like fighting to control one another.
having confidence and their self-esteem has to be a little high. Mine could have been at one time a little too much. That's just part of my journey. They want this man to lead, to have the confidence, to be able to serve, protect, and everything else. But they want to add their input also and be respected for it, right?
Yes.
Because
And
that's huge.
there was an event that happened when I was like 6 years old where there was this boy that I liked, but he liked my friend and I had just cut my hair like a boy haircut. And all these people made fun of me and told me I was a boy. Learning that these stories that happened when I was younger affect me today. I'm like, oh my God, I'm 48 years old. That was 42 years ago. And it's showing up in my relationship today.
Even though nothing is perfect. If I put the needs of the other person first and serve them, and they do vice versa to me, and not just materialistic things, and just thinking about the things like the small things like you just said.
This is about you recognizing where you were ineffective and you get to own it. And that's it, period. There is no expectation of the other person to be or say or do anything. This is really about you being okay with you.
Nice.
How I want to end it really is just learning to take responsibility. That's the real, like the responsibility of my thoughts and the way that I'm observing the surroundings around me and my judgments of other people.